I woke up this morning with the sun down shining in. I found my mind in a brown paper bag, but then I tripped on a cloud and fell 8 miles high. I tore my mind on a jagged sky. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
Everybody please rise. Everybody please be seated. Welcome, friends and family. We thank you for being here this weekend to celebrate the union of Gloria and Daniel in marriage. And they hope that, in the words of the dude, you abide. We know that it was a long way for most of you to come, especially my father, who drove all the way up here from Texas. But Block Island has been a very special place for Daniel for many years, and Gloria has come to find it very special as well. They wanted to share it with you in this special place for their happy occasion. Now, these two easily could have gotten hitched back in February when they went to Vegas, and I lost a $1 bet with myself that they didn't. And certainly none of us would have been surprised. But instead, they asked you here on this beautiful island to set away your pressures and stresses on the mainland, take a boat, and leave your worries behind while we celebrate the solitude of island life with fresh air, warm sand, and a rolling tide. For today, it was not just a boat that brought you here. It was the love that Gloria and Daniel have for each other, the love they have for you, and the love that you have shown them. Without each and every one of you, this wedding would not have been possible. And that is why it is so important to them that you are here. It is said that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You are all parts that make this relationship whole, and because of that, this bond between Gloria and Daniel, a bond as strong as the tungsten metal in the rings they were about to exchange, has culminated in this glorious occasion. These parts are truly beautiful because of all the connection with all of you. For instance, the parents. Without Ben and Camille, and Wayne and my mother Michelle, who is here with Spirit in the front row, whose unions more than 40 years ago brought Daniel and Gloria to this earth, we wouldn't be here today. As Gloria and Daniel grew up, they both had older brothers to help shape the people they became. Gloria followed me everywhere, and I mean everywhere. She was a little tomboy playing in the dirt, making mud pies while my mom coached my Little League games. And though it could be annoying to have her as a sister sometimes, as my shadow, we were also the best of friends. She wasn't always lucky in love, though. She would often cry on my shoulder about this boy not calling or that one who stood her up. And one piece of advice I always gave her, I said, don't waste your time on someone who isn't wasting their time on you. Needless to say, she finally listened to me when she found Daniel. Daniel was bullied in middle school and high school. His older brother, Ben, gave him two things. The first was a Dokken t-shirt. If the cool kids weren't going to accept him, certainly mainstream rejects who listened to metal would be all right with him. The second was this advice: be weird. Weird is the way. Because if bullies are confused, they don't know what to make of you, and they'll lose their power. Very true. And both of these worked like a charm, but had more of an effect on Daniel than Ben probably expected. Eventually, Daniel developed a true appreciation for metal and hard rock, being exposed not only to Dokken, thank goodness, but also Kiss. And despite being a shy person, Daniel has always had a bit of a performer in him. Being weird in public and drawing attention to himself, that just came naturally. Both of these things combined serendipitous way in 1994, when Daniel shamelessly slathered on Kiss makeup and attended a Halloween party, where a guy dressed in black with candy wrappers and straws attached to his shirt acknowledged Daniel's getup, identifying that he was Paul Stanley. Nobody dresses up as Paul Stanley. But when Daniel recognized him as being the floor of a movie theater, they became two fast friends. That guy is Tim Cook right there. After a couple of years later, Daniel met a fellow fan of his new favorite group, Fish. Now, I'm a fan of Dave Matthews, so I don't understand Fish, and it's vice versa. They don't understand us. But he met another user on the internet, this new invention. A young York lady from Delaware who spelled her name in all small capital letters, A, L, and an I, and offered to send him a tape of a show she'd attended that had the two songs he had been looking for. In the weeks and months that came after, Allie and Daniel became internet friends, and Allie eventually moved New Jersey, and met Daniel's circle of friends, including Jim Cook. And those two have now been together for 15 years. That's Allie right there. Jim and Allie were instrumental in getting Gloria and Daniel together. There was a late night get-together at their house that Gloria, after meeting Daniel a few times prior, finally decided to ask Daniel out on a date. Daniel was already preparing for such an occasion and immediately expressed interest in going out to sing some karaoke sometime. And you already know that story, so I'm not going to tell that one again. What you may have not heard about one of those prior meetups occurred a month before at Lee Googler's bachelor party, which ended up at a little bar in Morristown called the Tavern Off the Green. That's Gloria and my favorite spot. She hung out there a lot with her friends, Jennifer and Maddie Goshen. Maddie's a DJ there, and Jennifer keeps them in well supply of Captain Morgan. They hang out there very often, especially on Sundays where there will be trivia or bingo when the football season is over. Sunday Fun Day is what we call that day. Little backstory here. About 9 years ago, Gloria was crashing in my apartment after she went to Europe for a backpacking trip and came back without an apartment. She was staying on my living room, playing Guild War, while me and my friends were going to the tavern. Maddie was back from Florida when he found out my kid sister was sitting home. Marched up Elm Street to my house, and dragged her out of the apartment. We closed the bar down and continued to party on my front lawn. Eventually, Maddie moved to Morristown, and his house became Party Central on weekends and football Sundays and Tuesdays and any day that ended in a Y, basically. Hey, Camille, remember that song Wilson Phillips you and Daniel used to love, Hold On? Well, did you know Gloria and her friends sing that song whenever they get together? Every time they get together. In fact, they sang it a lot on our crazy karaoke Tuesday nights at Applebee's. They bonded over many games of Apples to Apples and Captain and Diet. Jennifer eventually joined Gloria and myself at Tavern Football Sunday. It was on one of these, her second Sunday Fun Day, if I remember correctly, where the Giants were playing the Eagles. Giants being Jennifer's team and Maddie's team being the Eagles. And like star-crossed lovers, Jennifer and Maddie met for the first time. And now, 6 years later, they're still together, happily ever after. And as fate would have it, on that night at Tavern, after the bachelor party, Hold On was playing, and Gloria and her friends were doing their usual rendition. And while Daniel was a bit bemused and a little tipsy, he was thoroughly enamored. He unabashedly sang along, only half worried that Gloria might think he was a little, because, you know, a grown man singing Wilson Phillips and all, this day and age, it's okay. Inevitably, Gloria's circle of friends had an influence on Daniel as well. And Daniel's circle of friends had an influence on Gloria. They've become intertwined now. I'm going to show you an example. I'd like Gloria and Allie to finish the following lyric to a Fish song. And now the band plays on You Got One Life.
Plays on.
Correct. I didn't know that till I read this. And now Daniel and Jennifer, I'd like you to complete the following catchphrase. I'm a bona fide G and a certified stud.
And you can't teach that.
I like wrestling. It works. Now, Gloria is a regular attender at Fish shows and listens to Fish all day at work. And Daniel has even gone to a Monday Night Raw event and watches Raw and SmackDown every week, and has even watched WrestleMania at Maddie and Jen's house. Now back to the tavern encounter. Before the big step was taken at the cook's house, there was another wedding. The Rizzler wedding. in the back row. All these previous examples of why you're here show what makes you so special and important to the lives of Gloria. But the stars truly aligned by both happy accident and a little bit of nudging and arranging when the worlds of Lee and Adrian and Gloria and Daniel. Gloria has been friends with Adrian since middle school. Daniel has been friends with Lee since college. Long before Adrian Rizzo and Lee Googler, hence the Rizzlers, if you didn't make that one up, met each other, Gloria and Adrian went on vacation together, and Dan and Lee played in bands. So naturally they would both end up at the Rizzler wedding. And they were both single and compatible. That's the kind of luck you don't ignore. So their motto was, get them in the same room together. Don't force it. Don't try to be matchmakers. Just get them in the room together. And they did just that in 2014. Didn't quite work that day. Didn't line up. Gloria thought that Daniel was turned off by her smoking, and Daniel just figured Gloria wasn't interested in a schlub like him. But something was different last year. They got in that room together. They sang some Wilson Phillips. Next, they were at the Rizzler wedding, where they danced and laughed and got a little off their rockers. The next morning at brunch, the dots started to connect. The things in common. Fitness, running, karaoke, and the main man, Billy Joel. That's right, Billy Joel. Did you know that the very first rock concert for both of them was Billy Joel at Giant Stadium? 2 different shows on 2 different tours, but still, it's kind of close. I digress. Something happened that afternoon at brunch. When Daniel walked Gloria to her car, he said goodbye and left Gloria wondering why the heck he didn't ask her number to see her again. After all, for all of Daniel's outwardly performance, he was still that shy kid that Ben had to advise to get out there and be weird all those years ago. But it was Gloria, who has a much easier time jumping at an opportunity, who had, in her own words, to be the brave one, and asked Daniel for his number a week later. It should also be pointed out, she asked him to marry him 7 months later. When we came for that first date, to whom would Daniel turn? His sister-in-law and advisor in all things female. Over there, Gina. Before going to meet Gloria at the Hopper for the big karaoke date, Daniel went to Ben and Gina's house with 2 sets of clothing, frantically changing between them. Pants or the shorts. Long sleeves or short. Not only did Gina advise him to wear the jeans she bought for him, she also gave him some good advice. Don't let all the crazy out at once. He wore the jeans, but did not take the advice. Good thing my sister can handle a little bit of crazy. We come from a long line of crazy. Immediately after that first date, both Gloria and Daniel knew there was an undeniable attraction and unmistakable bond that was being formed. And in less than 6 months, they were already sick of the terrible commute between Little Falls and Denville to see each other, so they moved in together in December with Bubba and Potter, who could not be here today because they have a previous engagement for hiding under the sink that they could not miss. They were engaged shortly thereafter. And so we've come full circle to this moment, right here on this beautiful beach, because all of you all are such integral part to what makes Gloria and Daniel's relationship so special. We've covered everyone here except Julie and Angie. Those adorable little girls who came in before. They are very, very happy to have you both in their lives. And they love their sleepover weekend and having you here today as the ring bearers and flower bearers. You bring very, very wonderful light into this happy couple's life. Now, Gloria and Daniel have both lived alone for many years. Believe it or not, they each had been living in basement apartments for roughly the same amount of time when they met. And they probably could have gone on with their lives and have been just fine. They were not lonely. They had friends and social lives. Maybe they were even happy. But as I mentioned before, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And when they got together and became a unified couple standing before you, they realized what true happiness really is. They look back at their basement days You wonder how could they have been happy knowing now what happy truly means. And neither can fathom life without each other or without any of you. And that is why we are here today. The parts have fallen all into place, and Gloria and Daniel can finally be whole. Who's got the rings? I had to read that part and make sure I got that one right. Gloria, please repeat after me. I, Gloria,
I, Gloria,
take you, Daniel,
take you, Daniel,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
my partner in life, and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I will cherish our union
I will cherish our union
and love you more each day
and love you more each day
than the day I did before.
than the day I did.
I will trust you and respect you.
I will trust you and respect you.
I will laugh and cry with you,
I will laugh and cry with you.
loving you faithfully through good times and bad,
I will be faithful to good times and bad,
regardless of the obstacles we may face together.
regardless of the obstacles we will face together.
I give you my hand,
Give me my hand,
my heart,
my heart,
my love,
my love,
from this day forward as long as we both shall live.
from this day forward.
Repeat after me, Daniel. I, Daniel,
I, Daniel,
take you, Gloria,
take you, Gloria,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
my partner in life,
my partner in life,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I will cherish our union in love
I will cherish our union in love
with you more each day
you more each day
than I did the day before.
I did the day before.
I will trust you and respect you.
I will trust you and respect you.
I will laugh and cry with you,
I will laugh and cry with you,
loving you faithfully
loving you faithfully,
through good times and bad,
through good times and bad,
regardless of the obstacles we may face together.
regardless of the obstacles we face together.
I give you my hand,
I give you my hand,
my heart,
my heart,
my love,
my love.
from this day forward
From this day
as
forward,
long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
So, by the authority vested in me, by the Church of the Latter-day Dude, a stranger, and the state of Rhode Island, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now seal it with a kiss.
Climb that hill, stay on your feet. Scramble for your footing when it gets too steep. You're on the highway now with high hopes. While all around are rolling eggs with living yolks. You never get too sad, you never get too blue. It must be all the chemtrails raining down on you. The justice of the peace can't help you anymore. If they just took the covers off the justice of war. You got your nice shades on, and the worst days are gone. So now the band plays on. You got one life, blaze on. You got your nice shades on, and the worst days are gone. So now the band plays on. You got one life, blaze on. Leo! Woo! life blaze on, and we'll be dancing in the fields, running through the moor, tripping on the barbed wire, buried near the shore, blazing like a comet that's brighter than a full moon. So you better get ready, 'cause a change is coming soon. I met a liar called the Messiah. I got the frying pan, I wanted fire. I saw a red dress, I met a daughter. I got the quicksand, I prayed for water. You got your nice shades on, and you got your nice shades on, and the worst days are gone. So now the band plays on. You got one life, blaze on. You got your nice shades on, and the worst days are gone. So now the band plays on. You got one life, blaze on. 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 Blaze on.
talking to some Rizzlers that you know. Well, I hope you won't see me in my ragged jumping. You know I could never be alone. Take me down.
Touching you, I believe in a thing called love. Just in the room of my heart, there's a chance we can make it now. We'll be rocking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. I wanna kiss you every minute, every hour, every day. You got me in a spin, but everything is okay. Touching you, touching me, touching you, yeah, you're touching me. I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. There's a chance we can make it now. We'll be rocking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. There wasn't any snow on Christmas Eve, and I knew what I should do. I thought I'd free the animals all locked up at the zoo. I opened up the fence where the peacocks were, the llamas were unleashed. The snakes and seals could all get out, but they refused to leave. All of the animals agreed they're not happy at the zoo. Slow ride, take it easy. 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 I'm in the mood. The rhythm is right. Move to the music. We can roll all night.
We booked a 7-day cruise on our summer vacation. Ended up lost in this island nation. Sad Saturday morning, a walk in the sand, the rhythmic beat of this tropical band.
On the island,
We'll be wasting our time,
wasting our time. On the island,
I'll be feeling just fine. We've got a little hip shack, been late with the rent. We bought a color TV with the money you sent. A cigarette burn on the living room table. No food, no pets, no premium cable. With a drink in my hand,
drink in my hand. On the island,
and a bucket of sand. I'll be thinking of you.
thinking of you. On the island,
There's really nothing to do.
on the island,
We'll be taking it slow.
we'll be taking it slow. 'Cause on the island,
There's really no place to go.
Don't wanna be an actor pretending on the stage. Don't wanna be a writer with my thoughts out on the page. Don't wanna be a painter 'cause everyone comes to look. Don't wanna be anything where my life's an open book. A dream, it's true, but I'd see it through if I could be wasting my time with you. Don't wanna be a farmer working in the sun. Don't wanna be an outlaw, always on the run. Don't wanna be a climber, reaching for the top. Don't wanna be anything where I don't know when to stop. A dream, it's true, I'd see it through if I could be wasting my time with you. So if I'm inside your head, don't believe what you might have read. You'll see what I might have said.
much.
Why can't I fit my hand?
So
No
if
cars to
I'm inside your head, don't believe what you might have read. You'll see what I might to be. Come waste your time with me. 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 Come waste your time.
A picture postcard, a folded stub, a program of the play. Every year's a souvenir that slowly fades away. When you look into my eyes and you see the crazy gypsy in my soul, it always comes as a surprise when I feel my withered roots begin to grow. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own, but that's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. When you touch my weary head and you tell me everything will be alright, you say, use my body for your bed, and my love will keep you warm throughout the night. Well, I'll never be a stranger and I'll never be alone. Wherever we're together, that's my home. Home can be the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Indiana's early morning dew, high up in the hills of California. Home is just another word for you. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own. But that's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. If I travel all my life and I never get to stop and settle down, long as I have you by my side, there's a roof above and good walls all around. You're my castle, you're my cabin and my instant pleasure dome. I need you in my house, 'cause you're my home. You're my home.
So we just came home from our honeymoon, and this is what we come into. Roo to roo. Mr. and Mrs. G. We go. Oh, that was Dad and Clinton wrote that big one.
Yep.
You've been wedding bombed, the Rizzlers and the Cookos. And they are not kidding. The streamers go across through my curtains, which is quite impressive, across our entertainment center, into our kitchen, back out to the dining room. Oh, but it gets better. Come back to the potty, and there's more pom-poms and fun, and our bed is even decorated. This was really cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you. We love you.